Star Wars Destiny video. Today we have ePhasma Bala Trooper deck again, and we're going to be up against a Vader Raider. The matchup's interesting. It's kind of annoying because it's a two-character deck, so Bala doesn't get as many uses out of his trigger. And you really do want to kill the Vader first, but killing the Vader first takes forever. So especially then, you're not getting very many uses out of the activation. That being said, I think that because you have so much individual removal and so much control, it can really hurt a Vader Raider deck because they have so few dice. Being able to remove a Vader die is a huge deal. And unless they get holocrons, they're not going to have a lot of dice out there, so you're able to more successfully control all of their damage. But we'll see how the game goes. So I rolled an insanely high roll. That's my perfect roll. And we're going to go with theirs. I just always want the shields. So I'm going to put one on Bala and one on Trooper because he's running Villain Blue. And especially in Villain Blue, what you're going to see is that if they draw an Intimidate in their first hand, they're going to hold on to it. Because it's worth it at the risk that they get the battlefield choice and they give the opponent shields. Just being able to negate that starting advantage with one card is so huge. If I were him, like a lot of times with Vader Raider, you actually do want to discard here to get the resource just so that you get out ahead. I'm going to try to play a little slowly this turn. But we'll see. I don't know. Interesting. I'll roll out Phasma. I love rolling out Phasma first just to get two dice out there. And she has obviously some black sides. Rolling Balatique without any other dice on the board feels kind of weak. Because your odds of just rolling a terrible roll are too high. Let's see. I think I just rolled Bala here. Threaten the damage. Hopefully I roll a modifier, force him to spend some time controlling my dice. Nice. Interesting. So he doesn't want me to be able to control his dice all game with my Guardian. So he knows that I'm going to take some damage on the Guardian, and he's just making the decision to get rid of it rather than deal with it. It's really tempting to roll out here because I really want to roll that 2 side so that I can remove the Immobilize. I have... If I roll out, though, I lose my removal. So I think I'm instead going to just take my resource. Probably going to get rid of Tactile Mastery, so it's not as good right now, early on in the game. Yep, so I'll get rid of this. This is trigger. And then I'm just going to go ahead and straight up just flank. Too much value in being able to do that. This turn is going to be really good if I get this disarm off. Wait, actually, I can't get this disarm off. What am I talking about? It's an ability. Note to self, pay attention to the fine print in a card. In that case, disarm's really only good if he draws a holocron, so it might be worth keeping it, but I might just discard it. It's really tempting to hold on to it. Oh man, which one? Do I really want to hold on to it though? Here's trigger. So I guess he didn't realize that I was discarding the Tactical Mastery. Here, I think I'm okay with taking one Vader shot if he really does reroll. Interesting. I'll get rid of the disarm here and reroll this die. Well, that was bad. Interesting. Um, we're gonna go for the Vader first. Um, I mean, the thing is, there's no good route for me through this. Because let's think about it. If I take this resource, he claims and disrupts 2. If I reroll here, the odds of me getting like a damage or something is not good, right? Um, ideally, if he had like claimed there, then I would have just taken a resource, ended up with 1 resource anyways. So here, I think I just pass. By passing, I kept the Vader die from being resolved in a turn, which is awesome. So I think there's nothing wrong with passing there. But I don't know. I could be wrong. If you think so, tell me. So this is interesting. He's rolling the Raider first. I would typically like to roll the Vader first, just to get the pressure of his dice out there, and to um, make me discard a card, get rid of my options. Um, yeah, go with Phasma, right? And also, then Raider's really good to roll at the end of the turn because you can immediately resolve his dice. Cool. The Electroshock's not surprising. At this point, I just jetpack. So ultimately, I just need to control his dice better than he controls mine, and I should be able to get more dice on the board than he does. We both run a lot of individual die removal. Interesting. I would really rather him not get 2 shields. He doesn't like you. Just get rid of his 2 damage. I was almost tempted to do the best defense because I really didn't want to see those shields there. But I don't know. I think that ultimately, if he's not dealing damage to me, I think it does. I think I have a more favorable late game because I do think I'll ramp better than he will. I could be wrong, but it would surprise me. I'm just gonna roll out the trooper here. I still have an electroshock, so if he rolls the 2 side, we're good. I mean, feel your anger. Yep. If I were him, I'd remove the shield. Okay, I take the shield. I toss it on my Bala. And then I just claim. It's not going the best for me, but I do have 2 upgrades out, and he only has 1. So I think as long as I start getting not some damage now, I think I should be fine. And I have 3 excellent removal options here. So did he trigger my discard that turn? I don't think he did. He should really remember himself. I'm going to start by rolling out the Phasma. Nice. Ooh, a holocron. Not what I want to see. I really wish I had an all-in. If I had an all-in in my hand right now, I'd be so excited about this turn, because I'd get a roll out and then most likely be able to do a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of his Vader dice for this turn. I have a lot of health over here on the Phasma, so I'm not overly concerned about taking that 3 damage. Looks like he's thinking about discarding for the instant resolve. But doesn't look like he will. So I'm going to go ahead and just roll out my Bala. Nice. That is beautiful. Not every day you roll a all range damage roll. Unfortunately, this 2 is useless until I take a resource. But fortunately, I have 5 damage here. And I'm actually going to be able to kill the Tusken this turn. At least I'm pretty confident about that. And I'll get that reactivation with 4 dice. As much as I wanted to kill Vader first, him getting out that immobilize and using it for shields a lot, me not rolling the most damage. Oh, fun. I think I just take this 1, roll out. Oops, I didn't mean to ping there. So unless he has some extremely good removal, I'm in a good spot this turn. He's gonna electroshock. Interesting. I'm gonna get rid of. Do I really get rid of DH17? I don't think I do. DH17 is too good. I get rid of the electroshock here. I reroll these 2 dice. I want to keep the resource because of the potential for a resource costing side. So yeah, I like there. There's something to be said for me just resolving the 2 damage here because I have the dice that weren't on blacks were like I had a trooper die over here, and like there's no modifiers on trooper die, so I don't have to worry about having the blacks for rerolling them. The only exception being this F11D rifle, but I could focus. So cool. So he only has 1 dice, and which means his only option is he doesn't like you. Which means at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and get some free damage out there. At most, he removes 2 of this damage, which doesn't bother me over much. So now I deal 4 his Tusken. He claims. I take 1, and then I deal 2 more to his Tusken. I thought I was going to be able to kill him that turn, but I guess I was wrong. Nice. This is perfect. Best defense is really just so solid for being able to shut down a round of my opponents. I also flank is also just so good. Let's hope he doesn't roll the 3 for 1. Good, he missed it. If I were him, I'd discard for the damage. It looks like he didn't use his Vader proc last turn either. So interesting. He really needs to be more on top of that, and I should probably help him out with remembering it as well. Nice. I have killing damage showing, which means I'm forcing my opponent to have answers. In general, in most games, it's always better to be asking the questions, to be making your opponent react to you, than it is to be reacting to your opponent. So by rolling out this damage here, I'm really forcing my opponent to, like, I'm making him take actions to stop me instead of taking actions to better himself. Now there he didn't have removal, I guess, or he didn't want to waste it to try to save the Tusken. And so he just went ahead and just did his own stuff. But if I had forced him to use removal that turn, then that's another turn where Vader isn't rolling out. Now I would really like to play the DH-17 on the Phasma. And I would also really like to be able to use the Stormtrooper this turn, but I'm not going to want to use his Guardian, so I'm just going to roll his dice out there. Hope for a black side so that I can resolve Bala's. Perfect. So perfect. All right, Balatik is standing. Let's not forget that. Let's see what he got. Okay. I'm discarding for his effect, and then I'll go ahead and just flank his 2. He probably has a 4th strike. Seems like a reasonable play for him to have. At least that seems like a reason why you'd want to take the resource right then and there. That or he has more removal. Yep. So my trooper is dead. Which is inevitable, but not the end of things. So I didn't get to play the DH-17. That's kind of annoying, but not too bad. Okay. I'll probably reroll these 2. I'll get rid of logistics. It's not as good in late game. So nice. I'll take it. Interesting. So that's a little, I mean, obviously that's a much better die than lightsaber, and the redeploy doesn't mean anything with only one character, so makes sense that he'd do that. I basically just, I think I just reroll here and try to go for as much damage possible as I can this turn, because right now I know he doesn't have removal. Solid, so good. As good as DH-17 is, I just need the damage now. 8 to Vader. So yeah, at this point, it oh wait, did I not roll Balatik again that turn? I don't think I technically passed. Oh, whatever. So, note to self, especially in tabletop, I always find myself doing this. Like, in real life, I can remember things. Tabletop, like, it's just so much easier to make mistakes. So, if you're playing a Balatik, guys, use this ability. Just do it. That's a lot of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 5. Does not kill me. And no mercy would, but at the same time, I'm still going to do this. I finally have that all in play here. But if nothing else, I play backup muscle this turn, and he's dead in probably next turn. I mean, I just need to get like 1 damage on him and then play backup muscle. Wait, no, 10, 11, or 11, 12. Yeah, need to do 1 damage with dice and play backup muscle. Yep, no mercy. So my Phasma is all a goner. But when you think about it, it's not the end of the world because he has no resources for my initial rollout. Which means that he can't remove my dice unless he doesn't like you. Which I don't think he's played 1 yet this game, so his odds of having a he doesn't like you are really good. Nice. Yeah, this game would just been over if I'd re-rolled Bala last turn. But what can you do? It doesn't end up mattering. Hit him for 2. And a backup muscle. Good game. Thanks for playing. So yeah, it's an interesting matchup. As you saw, I only really got 1 activation off, but I got it off with 4 dice, and I didn't re-roll him. But even without that, the deck still won. It's just the ability to control individual dice and consistently every single turn against a deck that relies on like 3 dice, really doesn't get out a lot of upgrades, is really strong. So in that sense, I think that this deck can definitely handle a Vader Raider. If you draw your control cards when you need them, he's just not going to deal damage to you. So yeah, if you have any questions or if you think I did something wrong, go ahead and post. I know I'm not perfect. As you can see, I didn't even activate my Bala. But yeah, until next time.